Two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Wilson's Seahawks going up against RG3's Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
After the interception, here's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. So they're down in the red zone. They to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it'll wind up about 4 yards. Shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Fake to Crowell. Now it's Griffin. And there's a flag on the play. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Still second down.
They'll come out in the pistol. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. They come out here in the eye. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's a 3-time All-Pro Andy Lee to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now it's Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They come up in an offset eye. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They'll get 23 yards there.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz it.
So well, doesn't it?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. A really nice read by the offense. They caught the defense not covering the middle of the field, went to the post route, and found the receiver wide open for a nice gain.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense. And one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do it Nice job catching the ball downfield. He's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
But we got to stand up over there.
The play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding. Defense.
And before the snap here, we've got a timeout by the offense. It's their first of this first half, and they'll get together and talk this one over. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. So let's try this again as they come to the line to go for two. Wilson gonna throw for it. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seattle defense getting set to go. They are in search of really nothing. I mean, they have seemingly found all the answers, haven't they, defensively?
And I know that they go into a game with a plan and an idea of what they want to do. But I think this goes beyond their expectations because they're beating them to the punch on each and every play. And it is something to see because right now, on the other side of the ball, they've got to be getting a little bit frustrated. What can we run to try and move things? And you flip it back. That defense isn't just controlling the other offense. They're setting up their own offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And putting them in a great position to score.
Seen a lot of head scratching on one side, not so much on the other.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. One quarter down. Plenty of scoring here already. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an offset eye. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
While there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's give a little credit. there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
On second down, Griffin. Caught left side, it's Barnage. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
It's a nice catch there by Gary Barnage, and there's no getting around it. The emergence of him has been nothing short of stunning, hasn't it?
Yeah, first 6 years, total 44 catches. Then at age 30 last year, he goes for 79.
Who says you don't get better with age?
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game, and they feel even better about him leading their team.
Now he's hoping to put them into a better spot after this drive.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Wilson on second down. Flushed out right. And some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
But one thing that's confirmed is that Russell Wilson knows how to elude pressure, and he finds openings to throw the ball, and he does the same thing in running it. He lost about 300 yards from last season in his rushing total, but I think that's a good thing. People respect his running ability so much, it's opening up pass lanes for his team.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching and went up to try and catch a pass. Poof. I think for me, it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy. Now with the play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Wilson on first down. So they're unsuccessful there, hooking up on the pass.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On first down, Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Wilson to throw. So he couldn't find his man there as it falls to the ground.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Wilson rolling to his right and put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Russell Wilson as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
Torrey. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Coons connects on this one. It's good, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Browns are down right now, but they have to feel like they're still in it. The Seahawks came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10. Here the throw is hurried and picked off. Away with a stiff arm, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. The Seahawks up now by 22. Staying late in the second. Handoff and run goes up the middle. He'll end up running for over 20 yards on the play. Browns would later kick the field goal. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, this is Doug Baldwin. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson on the move to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Danny Shelton able to collapse the pocket and drop it for a loss of a yard. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now a 1st down following that long gain. And a really good gain there on the post route. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
When you're running the ball effectively and the safety likes to dive up there to try and help tackle, that's when you want to hit him over the top with the post in the area he vacates. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. That is caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
The play clock's running down. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points.